Mac has been he's been a distant mentor, I would say, from a distance.
Welcome inside this Monday Coaches Press Conference edition. You saw from some clips of Week 2 action, it was an exciting weekend and a couple of firsts as both David Braun and Ryan Walters pick up their first wins as head coaches at any location.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here.
Obviously, right now, with where we're at right now, the offense isn't doing what we want it to do in general. So,
but the good thing is that the mistakes that we made are self-inflicted and easily correctable. So,
you know, one of the best things that can happen is you grow a lot from difficult conversations, right?
You know, exciting Saturday for the team. Very excited to be back in routine.
Questions?
Your thoughts on what you saw from the offense and the running game, and is it just something here, something there that's preventing it from really reaching its potential?
Yeah, you know, Ben Bryant is our starting quarterback, and we plan for that to continue to be the case.
We always talk, you know, put the ball on the ground. The ball's a program. We can't put the ball on the ground, period.
And to be able to see, okay, who moves the ball down the field and scores points, and that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day.
And do you know Purdue's one of only 2 Big Ten teams without a turnover?
I did not know that.
Amazingly, we're pretty healthy.
You know, our guys have done a great job of you know, enjoying Saturday on Saturday.
You don't know what a true freshman can do in a game until he does it.
Yeah, I think he plays better than he practices.
Yeah, I think our offensive line played a lot better Week 2 than they did Week 1.
that being said, we can't keep turning the ball over.
How did that photo come about, and what was that experience like?
I think about it all the time, right? Like half of the teams in college football lose every weekend.
Hoping that you stay fully healthy at that position throughout the year, but also understanding that's not always the case.
We probably could have thrown the ball a heck of a lot more than we did, for a lot more efficiency than we did. That wasn't the point of that game.
At the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to, is being able to score points.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen the schedule. Like every week, it's going to be a good opponent.
They said that to me on the field, but it doesn't appear to be one of those, like, you know, 4 to 5 week true high ankle. You know, it doesn't appear to be that.
Jim, in fall camp, you had mentioned that you'd be employing the Michigan method at the tackle positions with Ladarius.
And it hurts a lot of people, right? Like, obviously, I can read the tone of your articles, right? And people that write, right? It matters, right?
That's a great question. If you have any suggestions for me, I'm open to them.
In the new NIL world, and these guys have their own podcasts. They have their own TV shows. They have their own YouTube channels. They're growing up faster than they ever have.
It's close, without question, but at the same time, you know, this is where we are.
We'll have to be on our P's and Q's going into Saturday.
We have to be better. We can't be -8. You know, and that's just, that goes without saying, right?
Why do you think the play action game has been so successful for your team?
Well, I think that you can appreciate, right? Like, we're getting ready to play Penn State, so I don't really want to talk about what we think the issues are, right? That would be a little bit of a silly comment.
We're not paying attention to lines, but you know, that's the first I heard of it. But I welcome that information.
So now we have 2 ways that we know how to win. We got to combine those.
You know, practice is important. We know that, and we evaluate that.
You know, I don't know if he will play or not Saturday.
It's 13-7 with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and we lose 36-14. Like, that's not acceptable either.
Keon from last year to this year, and is Keyshawn going from walk-on to former walk-on?
If you give up a certain number of yards, if you give up a certain number of points, you give up a certain number of third down conversions, you do certain things, it's just not a recipe for success.
We need to return to our process, make sure that we show up with a great deal of passion and energy.
But he's a wonderful young man. He just has a long way to go.
Told them together, face to face, at the same time.
Was Saturday what you envisioned this defense looking like on a weekly basis?
Almost.
We're asking everyone just to get a little bit better. I'm obviously not getting that point across. I'm going to get it across to everybody.
They'll get more this week.
I think that's probably the most ridiculous question you've ever asked me, but I'll answer it and be, yeah, unequivocally no.
And I think we know that we've known this all the while, but Saturday was a great reminder that we have a good football team.
It's like when you compliment your children, some of the waitress or waiter comes up to your table and says, "Wow, you have really nice kids." You're like, "Really?"
You know, I trust him as a person first, which is why I hired him. He's a high character guy that is a hard worker, is going to do things that represent us, in a first class way on and off the field. That means a lot to me.
I definitely think having the ball more allows you to obviously call more plays.
We're all sitting here saying that why didn't Jeff jump on the ball? But every day in practice, if the ball's in the ground, what do we tell Jeff to do? We tell him to get out of the way.
One of the things that we did this year, we didn't even really have season goals. I just said this is going to be the goal of our season.
Some of the issues that we've seen are guys that are putting their eyes where they don't belong.
It happened for the offense to become more explosive.
Just explosive plays.
Quarterback with a big arm, and they love to stretch the field, vertically, and they'll also stretch it horizontally.
Has your path ever crossed with Dino Babers?
It has not.
We're learning how to win. It's painful right now. It's painful. It's painful. It's painful. I get it. Everyone's painful.
PG's a special place for the Harbaugh family.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all for it. Yeah, giddy up rodeo.
His ability to line up at slot receiver. You don't know where he's going to line up and where he's going to end up.
We've been ranked before and played other ranked teams. We've been unranked and played ranked teams. We've played unranked teams.
And we play this game for a long time if he stays healthy. So
I understand if there's frustration. I understand if there's
Did you play in or Sandman on the plane right back?
No, we're done. We're done hearing that one. Probably for a long time.
The ball's on the 32-yard line. You know what I'm saying? Let's just dive on the ball. Let's kick the field goal and let's go up 3-0.
With a TV copy, you literally see the Kansas wide receiver blow a kiss to the sideline.
They're ranked right where they should be, if not a little higher.
I'm not setting anything for anything other than I think we have a good team. We're doing things that are causing us to lose. We have to fix those things. It's just so incremental to me that it's just
crystal clear understanding that they both heard the exact same message, and that way there's no, well, coach said this to me or coach said this to me. No, this is what you were told together.
Ryan, when was the last time you received a game ball after a game?
Never.
Let me kind of unwrap what your question is because it'll bring some sense to it.
For expectations team-wide this week and in general for the rest of the non-conference season, obviously you have two games.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is kind of what you get when you hire me. You know what I'm saying? This is what you kind of get.
You design plays and you call plays for them to work, and you got to be sticky on the outside.
The ball bounces in unique ways. You got to be able to overcome those situations. But I did point out to our guys, you got to create the way the ball bounces as well.
When Jack came up off his injury, that JJ was the first player out to get him, which was about 60 yards away. And what does that say about him?
We're trying to learn how to win. You know what I'm saying? Trying to learn how to win.
You got to make sure he's uncomfortable.
Can you turn the ball over 4 times and win? No, I get that, right? But why are we turning the ball over? Why?
Got the front lawn cut pregame.
Programs are either winning or losing programs, in my opinion.
I think we forgot to eat. I forgot to feed them.
That's it. All right. Row the boat, Sky, Mago, Gophers. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Have a great day, Elio.